Good morning, students of Class 6. I hope you are all fine. Good. We have started our prose, right? In previous class, we have started a new lesson in prose, that is, how the dog found himself a new master. We have completed half. Today, we are going to see the next half. And I have given you homework. Some of them have completed and sent a photocopy to us. Very good. Keep it up. Before moving into the lesson, can we have a quick recap on what we have done in our previous section? Can we? How the dog found himself a new master. Dogs were once their own master and lived the way wolves do in freedom. Of course, wolves have their own freedom. Similarly, dogs were also lived in their own freedom earlier, but not now, right? But this dog about which we are talking is ill pleased with his way of life. He is not happy with the life. The dog felt very tired, always roaming here and there in search of food. And the dog was very sick because of the lack of food. So he was fed up with his life. He is always wandering for food and also afraid of those who were stronger than him. Finally, he got an idea. What idea is that? The dog thought that he cannot always roam for food, right? And also saving himself from the wild animals. Instead of that, the animal decided to find out a strongest creature on the earth who's not afraid of anyone. And he also decided to become the servant of that strongest animal. If he becomes the servant of a strongest animal, he will be safe and he can lead a happy life. How is this idea? Very good idea, right? He walked and walked, searched for that animal. At last, he found his kinsman. Who is a kinsman? Already I told you in the previous class. Kingsman is nothing but the relative or who belongs to the same species, same family. At last he found a big wolf. The big wolf who was very strong and violent. The dog asked the wolf whether you will be my master. The wolf agreed to be his master. The dog was very happy because he wanted a strongest person to be his master. The wolf is already strong and violent. They walked for a long time. Suddenly, the wolf lifted his nose. Why he lifted his nose? Because he smelled some danger. And the wolf moved quickly off the path and went to the bushes to hide himself. The dog was surprised. He doesn't know what happened to the wolf. So he asked the wolf, "What happened to you? Why are you so afraid?" The wolf replied, "Can't you see there? There is a bear. He might eat both of us." On seeing the reaction of the wolf, the dog thought that the bear is the strongest creature on the earth. So he just left the wolf and joined the bear. So he asked the bear to be his master. Bear agreed to it and both walked together. Till this we have seen in our previous class, right? From this we are going to continue today. Can you understand? Can you remember all these things? Can we continue now? Okay. The bear asked the wolf, "Let us go and find a herd of cows." What is a herd of cows? A group of cows. "I will kill a cow and then we can both eat our fill." They decided to hunt a cow. Soon they saw a herd of cows, that is, group of cows. Suddenly, when the bear is ready to attack a group of cows, they hear a different noise, that is, terrible noise. The cows were mooing loudly and running in panic in all directions. The cows were mooing is nothing but the cows usually give a sound. Have you heard that? That sound is known as mooing. The cows were mooing loudly. The sound was very loud. They are running in panic in all directions. They are afraid. They show their fear. They started to move in all directions. Why the cows are doing like this? Because they heard a terrible noise. The bear is behind a tree and looked out from there. When he saw, he too started to run very fast into the jungle. Now the bear is also afraid of something. We doesn't know what it was. Now the dog is little confused. He doesn't know why the cows are running and the bear is also running into the jungle. What is that terrible noise? The bear is calling the dog to come here. The dog asked the bear, "Why should I come there? Can't you see there? There is a lion who rules the forest in these parts." Lion! The lion. Who's he? The dog asked the bear. The dog doesn't know who's a lion. Bear asked the dog, "Don't you know who's a lion?" "He is the strongest beast on the earth." Lion is the strongest animal on the earth. "So, you are not the strongest animal on the earth," the dog asked the bear. "I need the strongest creature to be my master. So, I will say goodbye to you, bear. I want a master who is stronger than anyone on the earth." So the dog decided to ask the lion to be his master. So what happened? First the dog selected a wolf as his master, but he is not suitable for the dog to be his master. Why? Because he is afraid of a bear. Second, he selected a bear to be his master. Now the bear is afraid of a lion. At present, he selected a lion as his master. So the dog asked the lion to be his master. The lion agreed to the dog and he became the master now. The dog served the lion for a long time. It was a good life for the dog. He doesn't have any complaint. There was no stronger beast in the forest than the lion. It was a very good life for the dog. There is no one dare to touch the dog or offend him in any way. One day, the lion and the dog, that is, the master and the servant, walked side by side along a path that ran in the middle of the high rock. Suddenly, the lion stopped. The lion gave a great roar. The lion roared. Have you seen? It will be very strong. The lion started to strike the ground angrily with his paw with such a force that a hole formed there. Oh my God! The lion was in such angry that gave great strike with his paw. A hole is formed there. He is furious and angry. After showing his anger, just it started to move back very quietly. It started to move back. The lion started to move back. Again, the dog was surprised. What happened to the master? What is it, master? Is anything wrong? I smell a man coming this way, the lion said. We had better to run for it or we will be in trouble. What happened? Finally, the lion is also scared of something. He was scared of a man now. He smelt a man. He said, "A man is approaching us." We should move from here. Otherwise, we are going to be in trouble. So the dog said, "You are not the strongest beast on the earth. So I'll say goodbye to you, lion. I want a master who is stronger than anyone on the earth." That means the man is the strongest person on the earth, of whom everyone are scared, especially animals are scared, right? He just left the line and joined the man. So at last he asked the man to be his master. After all the stages of selection, he selected man as his master. The dog stayed with him and served him faithfully. This story happened long, long ago, but still, till this day, the dog is man's most loyal servant. Will you agree with me? Hope you enjoyed this story. I'm sure you did. So, in this story, we have seen how a dog finds his new master. He decided to be a servant of the strongest beast on earth, and finally he chose man because he realized that the man was the strongest creature on the earth. And to this day, the dog remains man's best friend. So now take your honeysuckle book, take page number 19. We are going to read the content now. Can you understand? Can we start? They walked on and soon saw a herd of cows. But just as they were about to come up to it, they were stopped by a terrible noise. The cows were mooing loudly and running in a panic in all directions. The bear looked out from behind a tree and then he too ran hastily deeper into the forest. "Now, why did I have to come here?" said he to the dog. "It is the lion who rules the forest in these parts." "The lion? Who's he? Don't you know? He is the strongest beast on earth." "Well, then I will say goodbye to you, Bear. I want a master who is stronger than anyone on earth." And off the dog went to ask the lion to be his master. The lion agreed to it, and the dog stayed with him and served him for a long, long time. It was a good life, and he had nothing to complain of. For there was no stronger beast in the forest than the lion, and no one dared to touch the dog or offend him in any way. But one day the two of them were walking side by side along a path that ran amid bad brooks when all of a sudden the lion stopped. He gave a great roar and struck the ground angrily with his paw with such force that a hole formed there. Then he began to back away very quietly. "What is it, master? Is anything wrong?" asked the dog, surprised. "I smell a man coming this way," the lion said. "We had better run from it or we will be in trouble." "Oh well, then I'll say goodbye to you, lion. I want a master who is stronger than anyone on earth." And off the dog went to join their man, and he stayed with him and served him faithfully. This happened long, long ago, but to this day the dog is man's most loyal servant and knows no other master. Read the content once or twice so that you can understand the lesson. I hope you enjoy the lesson. and in your next class, we are going to write the notes for this lesson. Can you understand? Thank you.